So a lot of companies are starting to get this way, and we are going to be discussing this on today's video. My, it is so funny how the world is changing way quicker than what we are expecting. But anyway, let's get the video started and out of the way. Catch 'em all. So, it looks like the world is changing a lot sooner than what we are pretty much expecting. Back in the day, when companies started to make big products like televisions and game consoles and games for like PC before even consoles even exist and all that good stuff, they were all really, really passionate with the projects. And they would do as much money as they possibly can in order to make the product honestly really, really good. Well, now it actually, what it's turning out to be is that there are a lot more companies, and it's not just gaming or technology related, it's basically with anything, whether if it's restaurants or places like Walmart, Best Buy, in you name it, whatever the odds are. A lot more companies are honestly starting to get really, really greed when it comes to money. And they do not want to spend no money on the resources that they are supposed to be spending it on or doing whatever. And everything's going to end up changing a lot sooner than we expect, and stuff's not looking all that great in the near future. Now, the consoles related with the new PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, and also with Nintendo's latest 2017 console, the Nintendo Switch, it's starting to get that way a lot sooner than we expected. Nintendo is refusing to fix their Joy-Con drifts, and now Sony with the PlayStation 5 is been filed a action lawsuit because of their Joy-Cons not working and getting stick drift, or not Joy-Cons, but their analog sticks is what I meant to say, because of the fact that their analog sticks are starting to get stick drift, and a lot of people are getting that just within a matter of days after they got their PlayStation 5 console. And everybody had the same thing with the Nintendo Switch when it also launched back in 2017. And you would think that these companies would honestly pay as much money as possible in order to make sure that they basically have got the right resources in for everybody that gets a console. But nah, what they're thinking is they're just like, nah, they breaks, they'll buy a new one. We'll get more money so we don't have to pay nothing. And that is what's happening on this world today, is there is actually a lot more greed than what we have been expecting for quite a while. And it doesn't matter whether if it's gaming, technology related, it's basically with anything. Like, I know that my channel is mostly about gaming and whatnot, but I'll just actually tell you a story about what happened with me about a little over a year ago. So I was working at McDonald's. This was my job, and I was actually making pretty good money, right? I was making like 11 bucks an hour, as a matter of fact, and I was working full time, 40 hours a week. But what ended up happening was they were trying to get me to get my hours cut, to get me to do my stuff like get it done early to get less hours, and I wasn't even able to go in and recover the hours. So that right there is company greed, and that shows you proof that that's what it is turning on in the future, and it's happening a lot sooner than expected. So just be on the lookout that this stuff is what's going to be happening. Companies are going to refuse to do everything they can do, and it just won't, it's not going to work out. And yeah, the future is not looking good no matter what it is, even if it's gaming related or not gaming related. But apparently, PlayStation and Xbox Series X, in a way, not as much, as well as the Nintendo Switch, are having Joy Cons and analog stick drifts, and it just is not going good. And I think that what they're going to try to refuse to fix that sort of stuff. And PlayStation made it to where if you got a controller and you're already having an issue, especially just right out of the box, you have to pay for shipping. You have to pay for shipping. So if you want to get your controller fixed, guess what? You got to pay for it. It's just so freaking sick that you buy something and you still have to pay more money in order just to get it fixed. It's literally so stupid, and especially with the PS5 controllers that are brand new and not at $60, they are actually $70. Actually, I'll actually go off about PS4 controllers right now. I have actually had more PS4 controllers over the last several months, and I've kept having to freaking buy more and more. As a matter of fact, I already got 2 more PlayStation 4 controllers coming in the mail on this coming up Thursday that I ordered from GameStop's website. And it's mainly due to the fact that because I've had so many PS4 controllers that had stick drifts, I have had more PlayStation 4 controllers with stick drifts than any other controller. And it is freaking nasty. It is the most disgusting thing ever. And that's what a lot of these companies are really, really turning into. They're turning into cheaply making stuff, not wanting to fix stuff up, or you have to pay in order to fix something up, even if you just got it, and this and that. And that's just what this whole world is turning into, is money, money, and even more money. They're not caring about the consumers no more. The consumers, us, are not getting what we are supposed to be getting. They just want our paychecks. So we can lose as much money as possible to give into their hands. That's what this whole world is turning into. So, yeah, I'm telling you, like, it's just not looking good for the foreseeable future. And I can almost promise you that it ain't. But I will give credit where credit is due. Sony and Microsoft, especially with the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, I about said consoles, but with the consoles, definitely the PlayStation 5. It looked like Sony did manage to pay a lot more money into the PlayStation 5, but they really didn't do that with the PlayStation 4. So that's where it's a kind of a little bit odd in some ways. They didn't do this with the PlayStation 4. But lucky enough, Sony managed to do, it looks like, pay a lot of money into the PlayStation 5 to also make it stay cooler and quieter. And I will say I kind of am impressed with my PlayStation 5 of how quiet it is and how cooler it has been getting, or it stays and whatnot, when I play games like Spider-Man Miles Morales and Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, which those are the 2 games that I've spent the most hours on the PlayStation 5. And that's one good thing where credit is due that I will give. But really, PlayStation 5 controllers having stick drifts, I understand it's a little bit early, so I think the lawsuit shouldn't be filed against Sony just yet. But when you really look at like what Nintendo is doing, refusing to fix Joy-Con drifts with the Nintendo Switch that a lot of people have had, and refusing this and that and trying to say that it's not an issue when it's a huge issue worldwide. that just makes it look like the other companies are going to start jumping on bound, so that way they don't have to pay as much money for the consumer. And that's what this whole world is turning into, is money hungry and greed money hungry, and not worrying about the consumer. This is Infernal Shard 1 for the win, signing out. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys could, please smack the like button if you enjoyed this content, and subscribe for those of you that are new to the channel, and we will be sure to keep you guys posted with more future content in the future. And also, comment down in the comment section down below of your thoughts of the whole world changing with company greed and only giving a crap about the money over the consumer. So, comment down below, hit a like, turn on notifications, subscribe, and we will catch you guys out on the next video.